We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome everybody to the show. If you are new here, we're going to introduce ourselves in alphabetical order because honestly, we have so much going on this week. Ladies.
Yes. Hello, audience. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is not your typical girl talk where we try to make sense of the foolishness on these internets, on Beyonce and Blue Ivy's clean, good internet.
They're trying to mash up their good
internets. We want to thank Radio Region syndicated through iHeartRadio. Check out the replays of our show, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays. Be sure to check us out there. And thank you to Radio Region for partnering with the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Yeah. We tape live on YouTube every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us live. We love to have you. And of course, that's Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to follow us and subscribe to our socials. So we're here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our channel here.
That wasn't confusing.
And then, right? Listen, I'm just a millennial trying, okay? And of course, be sure to follow us on Instagram, where we have a lot of cute little bits and pieces, the funniest highlights of our shows. So be sure to join us there too. Tell me what's going on, girl.
Ooh, too much is going on. Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Telly. I'm also a proud member of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Guys, I don't know. I mean, and every week we say the same thing. I don't know when people are going to learn. I don't know when people are going to stop the foolishness, but in a way we don't want them to, because that's how we get our content. But, you know, sometimes we're just like, how could it get any more worse than this? And then bombastic, there it is, some more strange content. Yes, girl, the bombastic, bam, strange content. Shiva girl, let these people know that the bombastic is coming. This show is full of bombastic, not in a good way. In a strange, weird way.
Oh my God. Now I've got that song in my head. Hello, everyone. I am Shiba. They call me Shiba. I'm the final member of this amazing crew. And we have 8 video stories today and one as a bonus that I'm going to read. And Lord of His mercy, let me tell you the one I'm about to read. Make sure you stick around for that last one because all kinds of confusion. This first one here, however, is super funny. If you grew up in the 90s or 2000, mostly in the 90s, you remember R&B songs. And a lot of us were singing R&B songs that we didn't even understand what they were really saying. It just had a good beat, and they said, ooh, and all that stuff. Well, this guy here wants to remind us and bring us back to the nostalgia of 90s R&B in a segment I'm just calling R&B. Let's go.
Oh, baby, please. I'm down on my knees. I need you back in my life, baby. I was wrong. I know I cheated on you about 1,000 times, but it would never be 1,001. Let me come home. I'm sorry for stealing money out your purse to purchase a black and mild. I'm sorry for messing around.
Yes, the realness. It was true. That's true.
You know, I felt that, like, you know,
when he said jump off the bridge like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, that was very tasty. That was very tasty.
Jodeci.
Yeah,
the over exaggeration, that's pulling up your shirt and just balling out to the heavens.
Casey and JoJo.
Because he said you never cheat with 1,001. He's making a promise.
Not 1,001. And it's unfortunate. He slept with your best friend. Now you're having a baby, but don't leave because he's gonna jump.
He's gonna jump. So don't. He's gaslighting you, girl. But don't let him leave.
But don't worry, because as long as you have money in your purse, he'll always be there to steal it to buy
for the black and white.
And he did say he was sorry. So
You did. Because that's the key to a good R&B song. It's I'm sorry. Like you
Yeah.
gotta do it. You gotta dig deep.
Throw in some
You know,
now.
I'm sorry, and then now,
Yeah.
bring some those things in there.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna need a T-shirt.
Some ad-libs
Bring back
and-
90s R&B. And I'm sorry for the people that have to go through the ish to get those songs written.
But you know what,
bring
though?
it back.
It's actually
Bring
interesting
it back.
how R&B, like traditional R&B in the sense of the 90s, isn't big right now. Because if you think about how the world is going, this is the generation that would accept it more than even our generation.
Yeah.
These are the ones that are coming up on these internets, having mental breakdowns on the internet. They're the ones that are like, well, yeah, I'm with my toxic boyfriend, and now we're going to get married.
They're in a whole truffle. They're in a truffle
that they don't know they're in.
They're in a part that
Like,
some of them
they know
don't know.
they're
Some of
in
them
it.
do know. Some of them are accepting of it.
Some of
Yeah,
them.
we need a resurgence of a Mary J. Blige, because we know Mary J. gave her best
Bring
album
that.
when her and Casey were having issues.
That's it.
We need a good Keisha
Heartbreak
Cole
brings out the
album.
best songs.
Like we need a resurgence because this new generation.
Where's Keisha Cole at?
Yeah, she's the queen of heartbreak. Where's all them? Where's the on her throat?
I'm dead, and we're done. and we're done.
R&B, bring it back.
This next one was a 6-minute clip. It was actually 6 minutes and 20 seconds that I had to bring down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds. So I literally cut this clip in half. So imagine the turmoil I had to go through after you listen to this clip that I'm calling Black Karen. Here we go.
This X post made me so mad I almost threw the damn phone across the room. Why is it this illegal alien, this so-called migrant from Venezuela, left a receipt at the cash register in one of the New York City bodegas? Why is it that this heifer, who has never put anything into this country, came here with her damn hand stuck out, came from country, wherever the hell you from? Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82 for 1 month. That's this individual's food stamp balance for 1 month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow this bitch was literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm going to say it again. This bitch who has never paid anything into this system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82. Cash balance is $4,498.85. That's just one. That's one of them. That's one of them. New York has hundreds of thousands of these foreign nationals roaming around. Why does she have $13,000 in food stamps? I'm mystified. This Venezuelan migrant gets $13,000 a month in food stamps. Another $4,400. That's just a balance. That means it started higher than that. Do you really want this? Because it will get worse. They're going to be buying these people homes like flat out and just giving it to them. BlackRock, Vanguard, they'll just continue to buy up homes and rent them out. And Harris will just give government subsidies to these migrants so that they can have homes while you figure out where you're going to live because they have priced you out. But these migrants have government subsidies for the rest of their pathetic existence on your tax dollars. Oh my God.
Who's going to tell her? Someone's got to tell her. Go ahead, Shiva, because clearly, tell her.
So according to the USDA.gov site, and the information I'm about to read you is accurate for between October 1st, 2023 through to September 30th, 2024. The maximum monthly allotment that somebody can get, starting from 1 person to 8 people, is as follows. 1, $291. 2, $535. This is people in the household, by the way. 3, $766. 4, $973. 5, $1,155. 6, $1,386. 7, $1,532. 8, $1,751. And after 8 people, each additional person got $219. Ma'am, that wasn't her EBT card credit.
She tried it. She tried it.
Here's the thing, and
She's so ignorant.
first of all, shame, 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 shame. For those that are listening to us, you couldn't see the woman, but hate to say it, she sounded just like what you think she looked like. She is an African American.
She's black.
And I say African American because
Yeah,
that's
the
what
police, we're all black
people.
So.
I know, but that's what black.
Oh,
people
she's
in America-
African American.
That's
I'm
what
with you.
people in America like to be called. They don't like to be called black.
They're so touching.
So, anyways, she first of all, sis. First of all, how do you know that this person's a migrant? That was the first question. I was like, wait a minute, how do you know this person's a migrant? Like, what did the person say? Hey, I'm a Venezuelan migrant here, just shopping in the bodega. Like, so what? How did you jump to that conclusion? And then, really, you think the government? Come on! Not even during COVID, nobody was getting no
$13,000.
Come on!
Can we guess who she's voting for in the upcoming election?
Oh yeah, we know, and that's part of the problem. She's part of the problem because
Well, she wants to make America great again.
Not with those lashes.
and
Girl.
and she's obviously not looking in the mirror to be like, sis, you're not one of them.
But she is though. In her mind, she's one of them. Her and Omarosa, they all, Donald is their hero.
Donald's their massive.
And unfortunately, people of that side don't look at you as an African American and say you are American. That's why they like to use the term African American to constantly remind you that you will never be an American in their eyes. But you want to come up on the internet with false information, perceiving that someone is a Venezuelan migrant simply because they're Latino. Maybe. We don't even know because we didn't get to see this person.
Neither did she.
You got some tired receipts. Look, everyone, 13,800 and something a month.
Girl. When all she had to do was do what I did, was just, I did that while we were playing the clip.
What you're doing is something that people on that side don't do. They listen to the guy that gets up behind the podium in his little red tie and suit, and he says whatever, and they say, yep, truth.
Well, you know, there's that. People research to go on the internet. Don't end up on our show being a black Karen. because it's worse than a white. It's worse than just a regular Karen. A black Karen is like next level to me.
Yep.
Like, we expect the Karens from the Caucasoids, but a black, because she went, listen, again, this video is 3 minutes longer than what I played.
She was saying
6
these
minutes and
people,
20
those
seconds.
people, those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. She went in for the other. I had to cut a lot of this out. We don't have time for that shit. But like a black Karen, like girl.
Actually, I remember even when we were going through, like looking at what stories we should do this week, and I even was like, "There's so much cussing in this. I don't even know if this."
Like I had to bring it down from 6 to there was a lot of cursing. Anyways, we move on.
Please.
This next one here, I also had to bring down because this was a lot. In a segment I'm just calling He's With Who? You'll understand why I named it this. Here we go.
My friend had an intimate relationship with his mother, and I would like to talk about this because he told me I could talk about it if he ever passed away. And this morning I woke up to news that he had crossed over to the next life. So let's talk about this. My friend, I went over to his house. He lived in Knock'em Ohio. So afterwards, I discover, after arriving at his household, I see that he gives his mom a kiss on her cheek. And I say, oh, that's pretty okay, all right. Most people give their mom a kiss on the cheek. That's pretty cool. Then his mom gives him a kiss on the lips. That confused me a little bit, but you know, I've seen crazier things. I've been to France before. I know what's going on. So after this whole debacle happens, he says, hey, man, we've known each other for quite some time. That's not true. I've known him for a month now. He said, me and my mom would be getting down and dirty. I'm thinking he's talking about cooking, maybe even hiking, maybe even gardening, something of that variety. He said, nah, I just need somebody to tell you somebody just because it feels like taboo. Me and my mom, we're very connected. Like, I'm with her. After my dad passed, she didn't have a man. I said, oh, hold up a second. Whoa, hold up a second. Whoa. He's telling me some nonsense. He's telling me something that's only known for Alabama. We're in Ohio. I'm really confused. He says, yeah, my dad passed away, and I didn't want my mom to be lonely. I didn't trust no men, so I took up the mantle. I said, oh, okay. Well, you know, I didn't know what to say. I was speechless for the first time in quite some time, for first time maybe in my life. And then he said something that really shook me to my actual core. He said, is it really that wrong to want your mom to be loved by somebody that you know could treat her right? I said, that is a, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's a sentence. And his mom came in. I thought he was playing, or I thought he was pulling some joke on me. His mom, I walked up to her, very lovely lady. I said, hey, you know what I'm saying, your son is making up crazy allegations and rumors about you two doing things, you know, in the privacy of your own house. And she said, we are. I said, oh, shout out to One Piece. We are? That's crazy. I was sick to my stomach. I threw up. And I didn't even sleep in the same household. I got a motel when I was invited to spend the night. I was a little bit upset. And he said, hey, could you please not tell anybody about this? Do it after I'm gone. I said, after you're gone? He said, tell people after I'm gone. So, I've held on to this secret for 4 years. 4 years I've been holding on to this in my entire soul and my body. Now you guys know. Now my entire audience knows. Now anybody who wants to share this video knows. Person's gone now. Mom is gone. He's gone. Doesn't matter to me at this point. That's scary.
And just to, because a lot of people, listen, I was up in the comments for a long time because he was responding by video to all of the people that commented. And he even made an extended long video on YouTube about his friend. And apparently this friend died in some sort of violent
Gun violence.
Yeah, gun violence. Rifle, whatever. And yeah, so here's the
But
thing.
is it wrong you want your mother to be with someone you know was going to just love her. You came out of her body.
Yeah,
why would you want to insert yourself back in, sir?
He's giving a whole new meaning to Mama's boy.
You know what? What I find disturbing, this is not the first time we've talked about.
Thank you. In the last like month or so.
Yeah, like, and it's always the son and the mom. Like, and it's this situation of, oh, you know, dad died. I don't want her to be alone, but no man can treat her right but me. And it's just like,
okay. And they know it's wrong.
Of course.
That's why you wanted it to be a secret, right?
Of course.
You saying that no one can love your mom, but it's not like you're taking her out on the town. You're not dating her. You're not going, opening her doors and whole intertwining fingers and kissing her at the restaurant. No, because she's your mom and you know it's wrong.
Right. And the thing is, it's like, why does it have to be this? Why does it have to be intimate? And you can be a good son.
Thank you.
You can take your mom shopping. You can help your mom pay the bills. You can be a good son. I don't understand the other. Like, I don't understand why.
That's just gross.
You can be a good son. I don't understand. Yeah, pick up the mantle, as in, you know, I will be the man of this house. I'll pay the bills. I'll take care of everything, Mom. You know, I'll make sure that, you know, there's food in the house, the bills. But what the other stuff? No, that is for.
I literally, the thought just came in my mind of like, my father even ever coming.
No, it's disgusting.
It's what? How does that conversation? How does that conversation start? Son, mom, just how? Who broaches that conversation? We're just gonna go to bed together one night and do the do.
This is all. It's all just no. I mean, you know, as you get older, you look in the mirror and you start to see like the essence of your folks in your face and even in the way you behave and act.
Oh.
So to me, it's like, wow, that's the blueprint of how I ended up the way that I am. I don't know. What? No one will ever be able, this is like, I just don't.
I don't know how a son ends up sleeping with his mother. I don't. I just don't have that conversation. I don't know how a mother looks at her son, the son she birthed, and used to wipe his you know what and clean his little tealy, and now that tealy is a big tealy and entering her. What? No.
It makes sense.
It's awful. We're done. What else?
No,
there's nothing else to add.
No.
That's enough.
And I feel sorry for this gentleman. You know, you meet someone, you only know them for a few weeks, and this is one of the first things that you learn. No,
he learned that, and then he did that to his hair.
Again, if you don't watch us live,
he learned what the man did and did that to his hair.
You need.
I do that to my hair too. If my friend told me what was going on, I'm not even your friend no more. I'm not gonna be friends with someone that sleeps with their parent. It's disgusting. And for all those ladies out there, when you're going on these dates, check with these men, and men check with these ladies, because you have no idea who you're dating. What if this man's mother, you know, passed on and then he was still alive, and he's like, okay, well, now I'm going to get a wife or I'm going to look for a girlfriend. And this girl has no idea that he was fooling around with his own mother.
Just
Yeah,
let me move on. This one here, really, if you're not watching us live, please come and watch the replay. If you're listening to us on the radio, come to Not Your Typical Girl Talk and find our shows, because this one here that I'm entitled Hold On Tight, I don't understand what drugs are. Please stay away from drugs. You remember, this is your brain on drugs. This is her brain on drugs, and it's like 4 scrambled eggs, right? Not the one that they would take and put. Her brain on drugs is because what I'm about to show you is literally 34 seconds, but it's the last like 5 seconds is some of the scariest things you'll ever see. So in a segment I'm calling Hold On Tight, this is your brain on drugs.
Hey, mommy, milk. Mommy, milk. Yo, get her milk. That asshole, get her milk. On some G shit, get her milk. Get her milk, you heard? Yo, mommy bugging. Yo, mommy, you bugging. Get off, mommy. Get off. Yo, it's fun. Yo, mommy, you wildin', mommy. Nah, she got grown. Get off, mommy. I'm gonna hook off on you, mommy. I'm telling. All right.
Once upon a time in New York, there was a strange woman who was topless and hang on to a man's crotch while he drove for his life in the streets of New York. They did not live happily ever after.
I've heard that crackheads are some of the strongest people when they're on crack.
Yeah, it's true.
That woman just proved that. That woman came from out of nowhere. She sped with her bed sheet on, got to the car and held on to his crotch.
Yeah.
As the car is driving.
Down the streets of Broadway, like a Broadway show.
And her face
is like a chipmunk face. Look at chipmunk face. You know what chipmunks with that face?
Oh my god!
And I'm like, what was the milk going to do? So now I gotta look this up.
Okay, so we see the Burger King, and again, this is why you don't go to Burger King.
Don't go to Burger King. Don't go to
downtown.
Don't go to any of those.
In any downtown. Doesn't matter if it's Toronto, Chicago, New York.
Don't matter.
Don't go.
The cheaper restaurants will always bring out the crazies.
Right? This lady is sitting out there. She had some weird sheet thing and it fell off. So it's just
all of her bare are exposed.
That's it. And they're there like cackling at her, making jokes. But you notice that it took her 5 seconds to get from the side of the road
right to the man's crotch.
Thank you.
Like it was like The Exorcist or something.
Yeah.
I wish someone got video of her running or crossing the street.
I'm sure someone did.
Okay. So I've learned that wasn't crack, that was meth. So again, going to the internet, again, we talk about what's on the internet. This was the internet, the useful information. It has been said that some meth users known as tweakers or druggies like to consume milk. This may be because they believe milk diminishes the acidity of the hydrochloride salt found in methamphetamine. Others believe that milk helps the body process and eliminate the drug from the body faster. So these young men may be in pharmaceutical engineers, street pharmaceutical engineers. So they knew from the pharmacy that they work at, that milk was going to help this druggie get. Ooh, wow.
So they were saying, get some milk, sis. But then she just ran up to the car.
Nah. She said, "No."
He wanted to milk him as the cow,
and held on to his crotch while
because that's where she wants to get her milk from there. Yeah, she has no tendency to get milk from a box.
Oh, as he sped down the road, pleading for his life.
That's why you should not help strangers. If he just went along his merry way, he wouldn't have been sexually assaulted and fighting for his life.
Here's the thing:
a lesson to be learned.
This is something that maybe as women we do this more, but you're always told, when you see someone that looks like maybe they're disturbed, maybe they're not okay, do not make eye contact, do not draw their attention to you. Like,
I don't know, these men, they felt like they could. I don't know what they were thinking,
because that lady was sitting there in her methadonia sleep world, and they were calling at her, and she was like, what? And that's why the
Don't
sheet
pay
fell
me
off.
attention. What is that scary movie where the girl like moves at lightning speed? Because that's how it felt. That was very scary for me
Yeah,
watching.
it was very. It was like a horror
Off
movie.
the sidewalk on the other side of the street to get to him and hold on to his crotch.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying this is like some modern day Exorcist or something. Like, she probably went like scurried on all fours to the car. Like
Next damn level. Anywho, we still have 4 more video segments and a bonus. But before we get into the other half of the show, Garcia, let's reset the room.
Yes, let us reset the room. Let me get through this real quick, like our friend Methadonia did when she.
I don't know if you can reach her speed.
You know, I know her. She was really fast.
Not even Noah. Shoot. She made the people on the track look like they put her in the 100 meter. Listen, so blow everyone away.
Olympia.
Speed she went on.
Listen, we want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Check out the replays of our show on the Internet Radio every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We tape the show live right here on YouTube, Wednesdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to check us out here Wednesdays, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know when we're going live. And make sure to follow us on Instagram so you can check out all the highlights of our show. Let us move on.
Let's move on indeed. In the next segment, Jesus Christ, called Amazon, one of our favorite people is back, and he's going to explain stuff that people do when they work for Amazon. Let's go.
Amazon driver in Georgia has been fired after a video of him driving on a sidewalk was posted to TikTok. The video shows that driver steering his delivery van down a sidewalk in an Atlanta suburb. The user who recorded the video believes the driver was going 35 miles an hour.
He said I was doing 35 miles an hour. How does he know that is his eye speedometer? How does he know? That's how people will be driving and they won't mind their business. Of course, I was on the curb because we do curbside delivery. Yes, it says ETA now on the van. So we do curbside delivery. The closer I can be to the side, the closer I can be to the house, I can just pivot, do like that, and I'm at the doorstep. How do people think all their packages arrive? So I don't know.
In a statement, Amazon called the Off-Road Act, quote, reckless and unacceptable behavior.
Well, I don't care. Who wants to even be doing delivery, even in this nonsense van that doesn't even have AC? So it's fine. They can take the job, but I'm trying my best. They say delivery. People order things and they want overnight shipping. Sometimes we have to deliver the thing on the same day. That's how I was eating lunch on my 15-minute lunch break. We don't even get the whole 15. And I had to leave it. I ate 2 spoons of my rice. I didn't even drink water. I had to jump back in the van to go and start delivering package. And what are people buying? I don't even know. So I will drive on the curb again. That's how I meet my quota. I will tomorrow. I'm going to drive on the curb. So if they don't want me to drive, they should come and collect the key from me. Then that's how I know I'm not doing again.
We caught up with the driver on his last day of work. The driver says he's unbothered by the criticism and is looking forward to his future prospects.
Personally, I don't really care, to be honest, because I've already applied to UPS. So this job, this work, I don't want to do again, if I'm being honest. My heart is not in it again. So anything they want to do, that's fine. All the people that be driving, they won't mind their business. They wonder why there's so much accident on the road. It's because people not mind their business. I'm going to my second job. Because people think this job is my life. It's not anything. I will change and I will go to my second job because I have mouths to feed. I have 4 children. 3 of them are my own. The other one is not my own, but it's sort of my own because it's my wife's child. But you can't feed only 3 and leave the other one to starve in the house. You have to feed that one too. And that one eats. That's the one that just be eating more than, and that one eats 4 people's food. So you see, you're wondering why I'm driving on the side. All the things I'm thinking in this country, all the things that's in my head, feed it.
Oh my
His whole American socks.
I
His
don't
whole
know
American
how he does
socks.
this and literally keeps a straight face. And he's with the story will happen at 10:30, and by 11:30 he has a video.
I don't know how he does it.
Wow.
He must have people working for him to get the inside scoop.
Oh,
But
It's funny.
he's telling no lies. I do feel that he understands the heartbeat of Amazon drivers everywhere.
yeah, I,
Curbside
you know,
delivery.
I do believe those trucks don't have no AC in
They
it.
have no AC up
I
in
agree.
there. And they have
No
to get
AC.
to prime delivery. So yes, let the man drive on the sidewalk. No one is using it anyway. Let the man drive on the sidewalk.
People don't walk in Atlanta.
People don't walk in Atlanta. Walk. Why would they use their legs?
Right? You know what's really funny about that video though, and I don't know why I always find it so funny, like when I watch it, is when it shows him walking outside of the Amazon.
He was like, "Why are you there?" And then he goes to UPS.
How? In an hour. In an hour. The story will break and he'll have a video up. Like, sir, how? That's not even a lie, because that's real. That is real. That's not him.
Yeah.
That is real. What is wrong with him?
I don't know. He must wake up.
Honestly,
He must wake up at 4 a.m. and get all the news, and then be like, okay, by 10 a.m. this ish is up.
I think so.
he's the funniest man right now to me on the internet. He never fails me.
And
Just
he's bringing up
hilarious.
these 4 kids in every skit. Like, no matter what it is, he's bringing up these 4 kids.
But the other day he was single with no kids. So
Sometimes he says it's 6 kids. So then you're like, sir, what number is it?
Although the one where he was like, he wanted to see Taylor Swift for free, and he was like, oh, when is Taylor Swift having a concert? And it was really like Donald Trump's like yes, when Donald Trump almost got unalived. And he was like, oh, I thought it was like a free Taylor Swift concert. And then he started talking about how, you know, Taylor Swift is really famous and he's heard a lot about her and he wants to come to her free show. And I was just like, please stop this.
Sir, I'm done. So that was hilarious. This next one here, maybe not so funny if you're the person in the situation, but here in a segment we're calling Marriage, hear a divorce attorney tell a very interesting story. And go.
You and your spouse falling in love and getting married young, and by young I mean 22. And y'all start having children right away, so y'all come up with a plan, an agreement, a compromise, if you will. And the plan is for husband to stay at his current job while wife goes back to school to get her second degree. When wife graduates, then husband will go back to school, and during that time, wife will be supporting the family. Wife has the dream career she's always wanted, and now husband is applying to schools. And husband wants to go to school to be a physician assistant. So husband applies, he gets into PA school, everybody's so excited. They also decided that they were not going to take out any student loans for husband's program, so they decided to pay his tuition out of pocket. Husband has been withdrawing his tuition from their joint account every semester, like they planned. And such is life, a hiccup happens, and wife is no longer at her current job. She tells her husband, no, baby, please don't drop out of school. I will figure this out. You supported me when I did it. Don't worry, I will figure it out. So wife takes out a personal loan to pay for husband's tuition. Husband is so grateful, and he tells her, I promise when I graduate, I'm going to pay the loan off. Keep in mind this loan is for $100,000. It will cover his tuition for the whole time during school, books, fees, anything that comes up. As the months go by, the marriage starts to change. Husband's being really distant, staying out later. He's saying he's with his study groups. So wife starts doing some digging, trying to figure out if his class schedule is matching up with all the times that he's out. So she keeps hitting a dead end. She's not really getting anywhere. So then she fills out whatever form the school has to request a transcript. Several weeks go by. She doesn't hear anything back about this transcript. So she calls the school to follow up. And the person on the phone, they're trying to be helpful. They're trying to get this lady some answers about why she hasn't gotten a response. So they're just tapping away on their keyboard. And they're like, ma'am, I see why you haven't gotten a response. There's no one enrolled here by that name. And wife's like, come again? Because I must didn't hear you clearly. She repeats his name, his date of birth, his social, and the person's confirming on the other end of the phone, ma'am, he don't go here. Wife decides to hire one of the best divorce attorneys in Dallas, Texas. And just shout out to my amazing team who discovered that all of those days that he was leaving for class, he was on the other side of town with his other family. And every semester when he's making these large withdrawals to pay his tuition, well, guess what? He's really supporting his other family.
Well, this is what happens when you get married at 22 years old.
I can hardly have a full-time job, raise a child, date a person, do all this content, all this stuff. I hardly have time for. How are you managing to have one family over Yasa and another family over Yasa? Not. She didn't say a mistress. She said family.
No.
You didn't get it. She didn't get into too much details about how much people. But family means he's a child with the other woman.
At least a child. At
least a child.
Maybe he knows that guy
money.
has a house in Washington and his wife lives in Pennsylvania. Maybe she knows from the last week's story. This happens a little too often,
right?
With families, like I know that I think the Weekend, Abel, his dad had a whole family down the street.
Like on another street. Yeah, like just the other street.
Yeah, not far from where his mom and whole family.
You know,
like I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know.
I know also the Williams sisters, Venus and
sisters, they had the same problem.
Their dad kind of did the same situation.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's very sad because you have and this is why I don't know. I don't really, and this is why in these days and times, I know our grandparents and our great grandparents, they were all getting married when they were 19 years old.
Different time then.
But it was a different time, different situation, different society. Now it's like, you know what, y'all, go to school, and after school, then go out there and be like, it's time to get married, because the deal that they made, you know, and this is what's sad. He paid for her education. So
he just feels like he's getting his money back.
Right.
No. I cut that part out. He didn't. They took student loans for her education.
Yeah. So there you go.
And they decided that she was pay
out of pocket for his education. Yeah. So, okay, so here we go, full on, as the young people say, Delulu, on her part. But
she's stupid.
That
she's
again,
stupid.
Y'all could have waited 3 years to go to school and figure it out and then get married after. But I don't know, everyone has different beliefs because they're like, oh, well, you know, they were going to work together as a team to get educated and get the paychecks. But imagine $100,000. That family's living it up while she was eating Chef Boyardee with her kids.
Well, I hope it was tasty because that's all she got.
We're done.
Doesn't she have friends? I don't know. I guess.
Obviously not.
Obviously not. Or maybe she has friends, but just refused to.
He's clearly doing a good enough job. Whatever he's doing is a good enough job to be. I couldn't imagine it. I just don't have that in me. Like I said, I'm barely holding on, trying to raise a grown child and actually have a life and figure it all out. There's not enough hours in the day, but he managed to have 2 entire families on different sides of town.
So maybe this teaches us that some men are really good at multitasking.
There we go. That's it, guys. We're just gonna.
I think that's the takeaway.
And
that's the takeaway.
Because women are all about what they hear. As long as he kept on saying, I love you, babe. I'm in school. I'm so sorry. I got my study group. You know how it is when you're studying.
She bought it.
Yeah, I get it. Because women fall for what we hear. So it worked.
She bought it. She ate it and said, okay.
For many semesters, it seems.
$100,000 worth of semester.
And we're done. The Caucasoids are back again. But
Oh,
this
yeah.
time they're back with one of our favorite people who's going to stitch the foolishness that they do. So this segment is called Heartburn. And again, if you are listening, you need to come back and watch this nonsense in a segment called Heartburn.
My family of 7 had for dinner. We were 9 tonight because it was another birthday party. We had sausage.
Happy birthday, Sister Salime. I just have questions for logistics. If this is what y'all are doing to the chicken for a moment of celebration, what are y'all doing with it when somebody goes on to glory? Because as I'm looking at that chicken, that's like, you make that for my birthday, I'm one step closer to meet sweet like Jesus. That's going to send me closer and closer to glory. Where is the seasoning? How y'all going to celebrate without the paprika? That chicken white. That chicken whiter than me once Jesus done cleansed me of my sin. It's white. You know? Whiter than snow. How y'all gonna give that chicken his Michael Jackson on? That's not why he died. You know?
Good night.
Fact. Yeah, no. She's speaking facts. That chicken is whiter than most white people.
That chicken is literally just boiled chicken.
Just boiled, barely
It's
boiled.
white.
It's white.
I literally have chicken on the stove. If I could move this thing, I would show you my chicken that has flavor. First of all, I clean my meat and season it and put it in the freezer so that it can marinate, and then I take it out. Even then, I baste it because I had some barbecue sauce that I put a little sugar in it because I wanted a little sweet. And then after making sure that I put my foil paper on it, get the juices going, I took it off, I basted it both sides and put it back in the oven to get the flavor. How does one get a white piece of chicken?
They must have just boiled it because, and this is what I don't get. We don't need to do this anymore, people. Telly and I were doing our meal prep Sunday. We were doing our meal prep and took the chicken, clean it off, season it, put some sauce on it, put it in the air fryer because we didn't have time to, sit and watch over it, had stuff to do. The chicken came out golden brown, the sauced up, seeped in, the seasoning.
It was really good.
And it was delicious, of course. But I'm
not sure.
It's so easy now. You don't have to be in the kitchen for hours to make decent chicken anymore.
No.
First of all, you said some key words here. You said, number one, you cleaned your chicken, which means that you had some vinegar, maybe some lime, some lemon juice. You washed it, you gutted it out, you took the things. After that's done, you probably pat dried it, and then you took your seasonings and you rubbed it in. You might have even taken a little bit of olive oil or something to get the seasonings, and then you dug in there, and you're doing too much. That's too much for them.
Thank you. That's too much steps for them. It's just easier to take the blood up chicken out of the package and put it in the boiling water for 3 minutes, if that. And then they take it out and they say, "This delicious barbecue chicken." And they want you to come with your nice black self and yam this mash up pale. It's like Casper the Friendly Ghost chicken.
Truly.
Not even Michael. Bring Michael Jackson from the grave. Michael's gone deeper in. He's like, no, I don't want this.
This is why our parents did not make us eat at other people's houses.
No, that's death. That's Epiola.
That chicken would let you go to glory for real.
One bite
right to see sweet black Jesus.
Yeah,
and I'm
you
not
know what
ready.
Jesus would say. Would say, "Turn away from me." I gave you more sense to eat that nasty chicken.
And I don't think anyone's last moments should be
with that taste in your mouth.
Awful. We're done.
Honestly, just go eat a Snickers bar at this point. You're better off eating a chocolate bar.
True.
And just calling it a night, because if they eat that food, there's no celebrate. The celebration will turn to a death.
Mm-hmm.
Death becomes her.
Okay. This one I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm confused. And I'm actually going to need you ladies to explain to me what we watched in 59 seconds. In probably 59 seconds. We're not going to spend a lot of time in this because this is now foolishness. In a segment we're calling Oh Brittany. Brittany Renner's back, everybody. Brittany, oh Brittany.
First of all, honey, you know what I've noticed? In any message I share, for the record, always applies to myself. Like, I'm not exempt just because I'm sharing it. So I've noticed that we want to sign your sign. Mind you, we've been getting dreams, songs, angel numbers. That post that came across our feed that just so happened to apply to our situation. But we want the sign to be on the billboard in big red letters, lit up with glitter. And it's almost as if we're waiting for this moment to feel ready. You're not going to feel ready for something you've never done. That's why you have to get pushed. We're also waiting for us to trust the outside world and the people in it. But a bird doesn't trust the branch it lands on. It trusts its wings. And you should do the same.
You know what? Good message, but wrong messenger. I'm going to give that. I'll say that. I never knew she turned into a Muslim woman, but what she said wasn't wrong. I also understand why she's in her car and she looks crazy.
And it's not so much what she said.
No, it's not what she said.
It's how she
It's
looks.
why is she Muslim now?
So
she's
in this
converted.
video.
Oh,
So for people that
okay,
don't
girl,
know, Brittany Renner is literally what we would consider what we call video vixen from back in the day. You know, in the 90s and 2000s, it would be a video vixen. Like Amber Rose was a video vixen. Brittany is like a sports groupie. She dates athletes.
She's a hoe.
Yeah, she's been out here. She's been on the streets. Anyway, and that's what she's known for. So she does all these like very overtly sexual photo shoots and blah blah blah, things like that. So literally, and I checked her feed on Instagram because I was confused, seeing her wearing like a hijab and all of this stuff.
Yep.
I was
But
like,
then
wait a minute, what? So
showing off her body still
girl,
at the same time.
I went and looked at her feed on Instagram, and the day before, she's literally wearing bati shots.
Yeah, she's like
with
full
a little
body.
crop top.
Full body audience.
And then after that posting, I was like, oh, okay, I guess she's doing the
Converted.
thing now. No, the next post is also her in little bati shots.
Okay.
With the little bra top.
Oh.
But now,
Brittany.
yeah, so see here, the inconsistency.
Because she has the bati shorts one pinned. If that one's pinned,
the bati shot, but she won't pin the hijab.
Yes. But no Muslim woman would ever.
A Muslim woman would not do that.
The photo of herself.
Girl, if you're gonna convert, then go all the way.
In bati shot.
Go all the way. What most people when they convert, they take down all the photos.
Right.
You know, it's suggestive and stuff like that.
Right.
That she really wanted to show
with
her
beliefs.
Yeah,
right?
she's really all about Allah. Then she would take down all that stuff and put up more messages and put herself in her hijab. Like, why are you still showing your backside on? Why is it on full display?
That was mental illness on display. If you followed us over the years, we've had a very interesting love-hate relationship with Brittany because she takes so many good steps forward and then she basically tumbles all the way back. I pray this is a serious journey for her because I don't think anybody should make a mockery of religion, especially the Islamic or Muslim religion, depending on how you see it, because I think this is such a serious religion. They are probably one of the most serious religions out there. It is a commitment. And for her to literally be July 29th in her bati shots and then July 31st in her hijab, I don't know. Full hijab. And then she said she was cleaning. So I watched another video. She was cleaning out her closet with her Fashion Nova stuff and says that she has contractual obligations. And so she's going to figure out how she's going to deal with her Bati Rider outfits. But again, she was in Bati. This is not even a joke. I'm not joking. Before I go to the segment, So the pinned one I showed you in the body shots, let me go to Brittany. So this is her here. That was July 31st. Okay. Then the video of her in the hijab was 4 days ago. We are on August the 7th today. 4 days ago, depending on Instagram, was either August 3rd or August the 2nd. So what we're saying is in less than a week, in actually less than 72 hours, she went from this to this. I'm all about getting a calling, girl, but who called you? Who called you that you got? What calling did you get? Girl, I'm done. I have nothing more.
I don't know.
I have nothing for you.
Good luck to you, child. Maybe religion will help her. She needs some kind of help. So if this will give her help, then God be with you, ma'am.
God bless her. Now, the person who needs blessings is the person I'm going to read about. We're not even going to spend long on this. I think I'm just going to read it and we're going to say nothing because I don't know. Well, you know what, Telly? I would be interested in what Telly has to say.
Girl, I don't want us to get canceled.
So from 6 brown chicks, there is a question. I am a somewhat happily married man with 2 college-age daughters. My eldest daughter brought her boyfriend home from college. Her boyfriend has the most beautiful, inviting mouth I've ever seen. Full lips with a goatee. I want to run my eggplant across his lips. I'm not gay, just strangely attracted to this young man. I think the feeling is mutual because he holds his gaze a little too long when we speak and he licks his lips a lot. I've invited him to our family gatherings twice this summer and I want to invite him somewhere alone. Early morning fishing or swimming. I know I'm crossing all kinds of boundaries, but I want what I want. How do I pursue this without alarming my wife and daughter? ? Advice?
I love how he sees morale as boundaries. That's all I'll say.
Yo, this man's dirty ass, okay? Dirty all the day long. Young man, dump this girl and run away because that guy's gonna try to take full advantage of this.
Someone needs to warn this young
man and run.
Someone
girl,
needs to warn
divorce your father and run. This man is
your father.
Yes, girl, divorce the father and run for your life with your man.
She needs to know what's going on.
This is all I'm gonna say is this is a new world. This is a new world. This is a new world. I could not imagine my daughter bringing home her boyfriend and to introduce to me and her father, and he's there having thoughts about his eggplant
running across his mouth.
Daughter's boyfriend's mouth. But he's not gay, to be clear.
Is he sure?
You know, I did see a movie once.
Is it Lifetime?
No, this was actually like an acclaimed drama. I forget the name of it now, but one day I saw it on Netflix. And the whole twist in the story as to why a woman ended up dead is because she found out that her husband was hanging out a bit too much with their daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
You know what? Between fathers being in love with their daughters, and sons sleeping with their moms, I'm scared.
We've had enough.
We're done. So we're done. We have no more. Telly, just continue. Let's just wrap this show up because it's over. We're done. Thank you.
Well, you know, we did say it was going to be bombastic, and bombastic, Lord Jesus, was it ever? But we want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated by iHeartRadio. Check out our replays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on iHeartRadio. Whoo! And right here, you can watch that along with all of our award-winning content, and you can see why it's award-winning. Who else is bringing you this kind of crazy drama? Nobody. Only we would take this leap to dive this deep into the weird, wild world of the internet and come up with so many different. I don't know, y'all. Look, Follow and subscribe right here on our channel. We're the Not Typical Girl Talk crew. Make sure you join us here every Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we go live. You will laugh, you will cry, you will question reality, just like how we're questioning reality right now. But look, y'all, we got Garcia, I'm Telly, we got Queen Sheba. Till next time, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please take care of yourselves. Bye.